You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible.
Well, it's interesting because for the life of me, every time I see these stories, I can't understand what the appeal is about blackface with white people. I don't get it. I mean, it happens almost every year, usually around February, usually around Halloween. We get some school administrator or some person of authority who is saying, hey, I want to try this on and see what it looks like. But you have that sort of, Greg, you put it very well, the dichotomy in which you have somebody who went from the fringe to the mainstream, Angela Davis, and now you have an entire political movement on the right that's going from the fringe to the mainstream. And so I think that it's a really interesting commentary on where we're going as a country. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, especially once you try to get people to confront what the problem is, and you have a series like the 1619 Project from the New York Times, and all kinds of people are calling it crazy and fake. I mean, so it's a willful resistance to acknowledging something that everybody knows is fact.
Well, you know what it attacks? It attacks whiteness. Blackface isn't about blackness at all. Blackface is about whiteness. In other words, it's about maintaining the hierarchy that says whiteness is dominant, and we're performing blackness to reinforce the notion of white superiority. And exactly what you said, Ivey has real power, political power. The threat of Angela Davis, which is why they paint her as communist and you got to be what she is, I mean, but the threat of Angela Davis is the threat to whiteness. And that is the thing that they're pushing back. First of all, the 1619 Project at the New York Times isn't controversial at all. The only controversial thing about it is that it threatens to destabilize white.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, you heard me talk a lot about marijuanastock.org. Why? Because I want to keep you informed of investment opportunities that make sense. We've all watched the growth of the cannabis industry. A recent report by New Frontier Data estimates the global cannabis market at over $340 billion. We know that marijuana legalization is sweeping the country state by state. We also know that marijuana has a good cousin, the hemp plant, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Until recently, hemp farming was practically illegal in the U.S. and heavily regulated by the DEA. However, that changed with the 2018 Farm Bill, making it legal to grow hemp CBD in the U.S. and thus creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. Of course, what do they need? Land to grow all of the plants, and that's where the folks with 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. That's right, they are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Now, what they've done for the folks at Roland Martin Unfiltered, they allow you to invest as little as $200 up to $10,000. Originally, it was $500 to participate in this crowdfunding campaign. And again, this is a $340 billion industry that is still growing, and you can participate with as little as $200. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. You can get in the game and get in the game now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.